I watched my dream cabin turn into a black skeleton of wood and ash. The flames ate through every memory I built there. And the next morning, when I walked into my own courtroom, the very woman I suspected, Karen Whitfield, president of the HOA, sat in the front row, smiling like nothing had happened. That was the moment I realized this wasn't just about property. It was war. Act 1. The beginning of conflict. My name is Marcus Reed, 35 years old, prosecutor, black man, Lake County. Most weeks I fight battles inside a courtroom. But my weekends? That was supposed to be peace, quiet mornings on the dock, coffee in hand, the cabin I'd saved 10 years to buy. Cedar Ridge Lake was supposed to be the one place nobody could touch. But then the letters started. First, my mailbox. Apparently it was the wrong shade of green. They even listed codes: Forest Cedar 16A, Pine Mist 22C. I laughed at first, thought it was a joke. Repainted, sent photos, still fined. Then it was the fishing nets on my porch, unsightly. I took them down. Didn't matter. Then my dock. Rules said 20 feet. Mine measured exactly 20. Still fine. That's when I walked into my first HOA meeting. Karen sat at the front table, bob haircut, sharp pearl necklace gleaming, tapping a little gavel like she was queen of the lake. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "My dock disrupted shoreline symmetry." I reminded her the rules were clear. She gave me that slow blink of hers and tapped her gavel. Fine stands. Next item. I walked out with heat in my chest. I wasn't looking for trouble, but it was clear she was. Act 2. Escalation and turning point. The letters piled up. Lawn too long. Trash cans too visible. Parking angle non-compliant. Each one felt like a finger in my chest. Then the threats came quieter, nastier. A rope cut clean, my boat drifting loose. A note under a rock on my step. Some people don't fit our neighborhood. Still, I tried to breathe through it. My mom always told me, kindness is not weakness, it's strength, with a soft voice. So I built a little book box for kids. I fixed neighbors' mailboxes, hosted a fish fry on my porch. Laughter filled the night, and in the dark, Karen's car rolled past, slow, her pearl necklace flashing in the porch light like a shark circling. Then came the night everything burned. My phone buzzed at 12:37 a.m., motion alert from the porch camera. A hooded figure stepped into frame, red gas can in hand, bracelet dangling, a tiny anchor charm. Another figure waited at the yard's edge in a pale blue robe. The lighter flicked flame caught, and in seconds my porch was glowing orange. By the time I had my shoes on, fire had swallowed the cabin whole. I stood barefoot on gravel, watching 10 years of savings, my peace, my home all gone. And at the end of the road, Karen, arms folded in that blue robe, staring at me like I had done something wrong. The next morning I walked into court reeking of smoke. And there she was again, front row of the jury pool, smiling, calm, a tiny dot of ash still clinging to her shoe. I kept it together through opening statements, but inside I was unraveling. And I'll be honest with you, there was a night not long after when I sat alone staring at the charred frame of my cabin and thought, maybe I should just give it up, sell the land, walk away before she takes everything else. I started to wonder if I was the problem, if maybe, just maybe, I didn't belong at Cedar Ridge after all. But then Tyler showed up. Kid was 14, wanted to be a firefighter. He dug through the ashes with his dad and pulled out a half-burned photo of my father holding a fish. He looked up at me, soot on his cheeks, and said, "Don't give up, Mr. Reed. Heroes don't quit on people." That snapped me out of it. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't the problem. And if Karen wanted me gone, she'd have to face the truth first. The truth started rolling in. A neighbor's security camera caught her face lit up by the fire. The sheriff found her fingerprint on the melted gas can. And at the next HOA meeting, Mrs. Alvarez, sweet older woman who once brought me lemon bars, stood up trembling and said, "We can't ignore what happened to Marcus's cabin. If homes are burning, none of us are safe." The room shifted. Karen's smile cracked for the first time, and I knew she was slipping. Act 3. Climax and justice. That's when she got desperate. A brick crashed through my window, note taped on. Next time, it's you. Nails scattered across my driveway, 64 of them. Flyers taped at the courthouse with my face. Do you trust this man? Beware of wolves in suits. She even made an anonymous call accusing me of threatening violence against the HOA. The sheriff hauled me in. My career almost crumbled that day, but he saw through it. He knew. She's making mistakes, he told me, and people like her always slip, and slip she did. Late one night I saw headlights outside my house. Karen's car idled there. She rolled the window down, met my eyes, and mimed a gun with her hand, pulled an invisible trigger, drove off into the dark. My hands shook, but I told myself fear was exactly what she wanted. Then the warrant came down. Partial fingerprint confirmed, footage confirmed, witnesses ready to speak, deputies closed in. The end came fast. Karen crashed her SUV into a pole trying to flee neighbors pouring onto porches as deputies pulled her out kicking and screaming. Hair wild pearl necklace, broken voice, shrill. He doesn't belong here. This is my community. But this time nobody nodded along. People just watched as she was shoved into the back of a squad car. And for the first time since my cabin burned, I felt air return to my lungs. Final beat. Karen thought she could burn me out, bury me in fear, erase me with lies. But fire doesn't destroy truth. It only shows who's willing to stand in the smoke.